Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today the Houston Astros beat the New York Mets 4-2 in the second game of a 3-game series, and the Astros finally in their 5-game losing streak, and they beat their former ace Justin Verlander, and that felt good. The bats were, the Astros bats weren't on fire today, but they were. I mean, the Astros were hitting the ball good. They weren't scoring enough. I thought we should have scored more runs in this game with how many runners we were getting on. I mean, the Astros had 9 hits in this ball game, had a good amount of walks as well. So I thought the Astros probably should have scored more runs in this ball game. But what matters is that we got the win today and ended that 5-game losing streak. And the Astros won 4-2. 9 hits for the Astros, 4 for the Mets, and Framber was unbelievable in this ball game. 0 errors in the ball game. Win goes to Framber. He's 7-5 in the season. He went 8 innings, only giving up 4 hits and 2 earned runs, 9 strikeouts, and 1 walk. I mean, Framber was fantastic. It was like through 5.5 innings, he didn't give up any hits. Was throwing a complete game. I mean, through 5.5 innings before the hit happened. Framber had a perfect game. No hits, no walks, no errors, nothing. A perfect game for Framber through 5.5 innings, and then Framber gave up a hit in this. I think the 6th inning, Framber gave up a hit, and that was the first hit for the Mets. And Framber's perfect game was ended. But still went 8 innings after that. Only gave up 2 earned runs, and then 9 strikeouts and 1 walk. Only gave up 4 hits. Really good outing by Framber today. Loss goes to JV, former Astros pitcher, 2-4 in the season, 7 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 0 walks. The Astros, they played some good baseball today. I mean, sorry. That's not what I meant. Justin Verlander, he pitched some good baseball today, but, I mean, these Astros bats got him. I mean, they were hitting the ball good on him. Jose Altuve knocked in some RBIs against Justin Verlander in this game, and Altuve's had some good pass against Justin Verlander as well. A funny thing I saw is that they were talking about how when Justin Verlander got to Houston, when he was traded to Houston, one of the things he said when in the interview was, one of the reasons I'm glad I'm here is I don't have to face Altuve anymore, because before he got here, he was 9-16 versus Altuve. Now he got Altuve, and he did pretty well against Altuve today. Altuve was only 1 for 3 with a sac fly, but Altuve did manage to get a base hit and an RBI against Justin Verlander, his former teammate today. But loss goes to Verlander, and then Presley gets his 13th save of the season by pitching in the 9th inning. Went 1 inning, got a strikeout, got a walk. Presley's had some bad outings in the last couple weeks over his last couple, maybe around 8 to 10 appearances, but Presley did way better today. It was really good to see. This should be a confidence booster for him as well. So Presley, really good to see there from Presley. Astros scored the first 4 runs in this ball game due to Alex Bregman and Jose Altuve, as both guys had 2 RBIs. Jose Altuve in the 3rd inning would hit a sacrifice fly. Corey Julks would start off with a double, which Julks would eventually be able to get to 3rd. Then Jose Altuve would hit a sacrifice fly to center. Julks scored, and it's 1-0. Martin Maldonado would manage to get a base hit in that inning. Maldonado was already on. So Maldonado had a single, which got Julks to 3rd. So that's how Julks was at 3rd when Altuve hit the sac fly. So Maldonado was at 1st, and when Maldonado was at 1st, Alex Bregman comes up after Altuve's sac fly, and Bregman hits a home run to left, 361 feet, and Maldonado scored, and it's 3-0 on the Breggy 2-run homer. Now, fun fact about Bregman's 2-run homer here: two milestones for Alex on this homer. His 150th home run of his career on this home run. And not only that, this was Alex Bregman's first home run he's ever had on a 3-0 pitch. Alex Bregman, it's crazy to think Bregman has had 150 home runs, but has never had a home run while batting on a 3-0 pitch. I mean, Bregman is a guy who likes to get a lot. I mean, he has the most walks on the Astros. So usually if Bregman's in a 3-0, he's going to usually go for the walk. And today he decided, I'm going to kill this baseball. And he did that in the third inning, and it was 3-0. So then in the seventh, Corey Julks would get on base by getting a infield single. And then Jake Myers would strike out. Maldonado would ground out to get Julks to second. So Maldonado gets Julks to second, and then here comes Jose Altuve, and Jose Altuve hits an RBI single to center. Julks scored. It's 4-0. Altuve gets his 10th RBI of the season, and that would be it for the Astros scoring. Then in the eighth inning, the Mets are able to get a couple runners on and get some runs on the board. Mark Canha hit a sacrifice fly to right. Tommy Pham scored, and it's 1-4. Then Escobar singled to center, and Francisco Alvarez scored. It's 2-4. So that would be it for the Mets, the scoring in the ball game. Jose Altuve was going over the Astros batters. Altuve was 1 for 3 in this ball game with an RBI single and an RBI sac fly. So 2 RBIs for Altuve, going 1 for 3. Alex hit his home run in this game, but besides that, he didn't have any other base hits. So Bregman went 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs. Kyle Tucker struggled tonight pretty bad, 0 for 4. Tucker's been hitting the ball really well, nicely. I mean, Tucker's been hitting the ball really good recently, but Tucker did struggle today, going 0 for 4. Yainer Diaz went 2 for 4 in this ball game. This guy, he's been hitting the baseball like crazy. I mean, since May 31st, he has a 300. Since May 31st, he has a 340 batting average since May 31st. Has been just killing the baseball, and he had 2 hits tonight. In the second inning, he had a fly out to center. He killed the baseball. I mean, when he's sending it out, to the outfield, he is just killing it. I mean, if that ball in the second inning drifted a little bit more, it would have either gone out or gone off the wall, and would have taken a good bounce for Yainer Diaz. But he killed that ball in the second inning. And then in the fourth inning, he reached on an infield single to second. Great speed on that play by Yainer Diaz in the fourth inning. And then in the sixth inning, he would hit not an RBI single. In the sixth inning, Yainer Diaz would hit a single to center, and it's in the sixth inning. And then, but then he strikes out in the eighth inning. But Yainer goes 2 for 4, and now he's batting over 280, batting 281. And today he was batting at the cleanup spot for the first time in his career. This is the highest he's ever bat in the lineup. Before this game, the highest he's ever batted in the lineup is 5, and now he's batting 4 for the Astros in this ballgame. Yainer Diaz just continues to impress me more and more after every game, and this guy's just been on a tear for the Astros. Jose Abreu was 1 for 4 in this ballgame. Jose Abreu managed to get on in the eighth inning with an infield single to third, which would start a rally for the Astros in the eighth inning. Would not score any runs, but would get the bases loaded. But besides that, Abreu struck out 3 times in his first 3 at-bats. But Abreu went 1 for 4 in this ballgame. Jeremy Pena would continue that rally for the Astros in the eighth inning, getting a walk in the eighth to get Abreu to second. But besides that, Pena went 1 for 3 today, getting a single to left, Diaz to second, and that would be it for Jeremy today, going 1 for 3 and getting a walk in the eighth. Then in that eighth inning, there would be another walk for the Astros. The Corey Julks walking again for the Stros with having a chance to get some runs on the board with the bases loaded with 2 outs, which Jake Myers would fail for the Astros. But Corey Julks had a really solid game. In the third inning, had a double to right, where he would score in that inning. In the seventh, he reached on an infield single to third, and then he walked as well. So Corey Julks went 2 for 3 today with an infield single and a double. Also scored 2 runs, so Julks was really in a walk. So Julks was really solid for the Astros today. Jake Myers was 0 for 4 today with a foul out, a ground out, a strikeout, and grounding into a fielder's choice. with the bases loaded. And that would be it for Jake Myers, going 0 for 4, and he has been struggling really bad for the Astros recently. Martin Maldonado was 1 for 3 in this ballgame. In the third inning, he would hit a single to left. Corey Julks the third, and he scored 1 run in this ballgame off of the Alex Bregman 2-run shot. Then Maldonado in the fifth inning lined it out to third, and then he grounded out to third in the seventh inning. So that was it for Maldi. Only other pitcher to pitch in this game besides Framber Valdez was Ryan Presley, and Presley got the save. Talked about both Presley and Valdez, both pitchers. Even though Framber pitched way more than Presley, both pitchers were amazing for the Astros today, as they combined to only give up 4 hits for the Astros, only 2 earned runs, only 2 walks. So the Astros only gave up in this ballgame 4 hits, 2 walks, had a total of 10 strikeouts, and only gave up 2 earned runs. Pitching was phenomenal for the Astros. That has not been the case over the past 2 or 3 ball games. But you guys have your thoughts. That's the video. If you guys enjoyed, and peace out. Go Astros.